to Following Water, Ohio. This is Don. He has an odd hobby of connecting Lake Erie to the Ohio River using many different rivers. This project is called Lake to River, or L2R. Some rivers flow north and some flow south, and there is always a portage to connect the two. After kayaking over 1,000 miles, Don has created an L2R connection in the eastern, central, and western parts of the state. If you were to ask Don what his favorite connection is, he'll probably say the next one. In keeping with that spirit, and having completed the 3 main connections, Don is now working on optional routes. Last year, he took the Black River out to the lake and biked the pack raft to the Killbuck Creek, a 100-mile creek he completed several years ago. He calls this the Mid-East Connection. The video you're about to see is yet another option for the L2R East, which connects the lake to the Ohio River via the Cuyahoga, Little Cuyahoga, the canal systems, the Tuscaroras, and the Muskingum rivers. With this option, Don took the Huron River northbound. Then he'll put the raft on the bicycle for a small portage between the Huron River and the Black Fork of the Mohican River. He will take this south until it joins with the other tributaries to become the actual Mohican River, and travel it down to the Walhonding River, which he's already paddled, before it joins to the Muskingum. Don has had some very interesting experiences while working on the L2R, from nearly losing an eye to tearing up the bottom of his kayak to bringing home a souvenir headstone. To hear a podcast about that headstone, click on the link in the video description. But for now, welcome to the Huron River northbound.
All right, so another adventure begins. This time, a little bit different. I'm going to start with the pack raft. And this connection right here, here's the Huron River. Here's the Black Fork of the Mohican River. So I'm going to start here at the Huron River, just at a bridge, drop into the river. I'm going to take the pack raft and hopefully catch enough water the next day that I can swap out the pack raft for the Perception kayak. The rain looks like it's going to stop around 7 a.m. tomorrow. So I'm not going to do the portage. I was going to put the pack raft in the backpack and bike from the Black River up to my drop-in point on the Huron, but I don't want to be on the road in the rain, low visibility, early morning hours. So I'm going to put into the river, take that out to the lake, and then what I'll do is I'll portage the pack raft on the bike from the northbound connection down to the southbound, and then put into the Black Fork of the Mohican River, and take that down to the Walhonding. The rest of the route I've already run, so that'll take care of that connection. I did pull up a search for low-head dams on the Huron River. I'm going to mark these, and then I'm going to follow that river on Google Earth just to see what it looks like. And I'll probably pull up the CFMs, but I really have no point of comparison for those, so I'll just have to play it by ear. And it's going to be interesting. So now I will go up to the shop and get the pack raft together and go from there. I am going to pull that Kokopelli pack raft down and inflate that, grab a couple of paddles off the wall, my vest, and I'll be good there. I'm gonna wear the river pants I always wear, quick dry shirt, and then I am gonna take some rain gear just in case that rain doesn't move out as quickly as I thought it was going to. I'm just gonna take my regular ankle high boots. I'm not taking the full-blown big stompers. Might regret that decision, I don't know. But I'm gonna take some chicken and dumplings for lunch and a deli roast beef. I'm gonna try this. I like it because it's got 50 grams of protein and only 520 calories, which is a really good ratio. I mean, if you take the grams of protein and multiply that by 10, and it's right there at or less than the calories, you know, it's not gonna leave you bloated or anything. I love the chicken and dumplings though. I mean, what has that got? Per container, 600 calories and 36 grams of protein. So about twice as many as the other, ratio wise. The water, I will put a carabiner through this and fasten it inside the raft so it doesn't come out. I'll put that in the bag just to refill the water. Some oatmeal, grits, dried fruit and such, some energy gels, a couple fat meat sticks, some coffee. I have to grab more bars to put in my vest. And then I've got all the electronics charging. Probably just take 4 batteries. I'll put those right in here with the block that charges my phone. There's the case to put my phone inside of, make that waterproof. This will be waterproof. When I roll up that bag and seal it, it'll be pretty much waterproof. Inside that bag will be this multi-purpose box that has all the goodies in there. My toiletries with everything I need there. Sunscreen, filter in case I need it off. Some emergency fire, some emergency wound sealant in case I get a severe cut. Basic first aid kit there that's got my hand sanitizer and everything else in it. Band-aids, probably some Tums in there and what have you. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. I've got my jet boil that I always take, but this canister is about empty and I didn't realize I didn't have any more. So the mug is going to go with me either way. What I might do is take this kit here that has just a little MSR stove in it, and I can put that on the top of that big canister and then put this on top of it. But I just love the simplicity of the jet boil because I could just set that right on a rock or the cover of my kayak. That's why I usually have it. This time I guess it won't matter because I'm not setting anything hot by my pack raft. And that's pretty much it. The head mount for the GoPro. And I will get this stuff all packed away, then pull down the Kokopelli and get that aired up so I can just throw it into the van. Ooh, maybe grab some trail mix too. Well, there it is. Kokopelli Nirvana. Got the bag locked in. Paddle in the vest. I just have to wait to charge all the rest of the electronics, that is. And put everything in the van and good to go. So, ready to go. Got the boat in the van. A little colder, a little more windy. Rained really heavy all night. I'm gonna have to make the decision when I get there. See if it's wise to put in or not. Not really any gauges that can offer me assistance that I've found yet. We shall see. Yeah, a little too angry this morning. Too much water. I'm gonna have to try it again tomorrow morning. Too tight of a channel. The water's got nowhere to go. It's boxed in. But I'll switch boats and come back tomorrow. Okay, so a little change of plans. I'm going to take both rafts and see what the water looks like. Yesterday it was pretty violent. That's why I was going to take the Kokopelli real low water where I'm going to be going, but there was so much rain the previous night that the waters were too rough to put into, seeing as I'd never been there before. So I'm hoping there's still enough water for me to float with the Perception. And if it seems like real low water, then I'll take the Kokopelli. I just got to put my gear bag into the Perception, grab my saw and bilge pump, so I have that in case I do take the actual kayak. It's going to be an adventure for sure, whatever it is. So this is actually incredible. Right here on Baseline Road, right by the corner of Mill Street. I'm guessing that someone has cattle here. This is where I was going to put in and then pack raft the bike on, or the raft down to the other put in for my portage. Look at this. I mean, this guy built a fence across the river. Can you imagine flying down the river and running into that? I could kill you. I've never seen anything like that. I know that there's a lot of fields around here. I hope no one else has done the same thing, or that could be a very scary situation. I'm gonna go about a mile or so up and find another bridge to put in. So right now I'm at Merry Fate Park, and I think still in the city of Plymouth. But this park has a fence that rides the entire back of it. Maybe it ends right here, I'm not sure. But the river is literally just right down this hill. Let me see, is that fence post turn? No, it stops right there. Huh. Okay, whew. That is, there's a path down there. There's the water right there. I'm just gonna go to a bridge. It's a little too much to be dragging the kayak all the way through there. And I think that's private property right here after the park's line, so I don't want to be on there. All right, I go find a bridge. So I'm gonna have Ange drive down and find a bridge. I'm gonna pull this dry bag out of the pack raft, start divvying it up, putting in 2 separate bags in order to put it in the kayak. I've got plenty of water to actually put the Perception in and float that. So almost there. Very, very late start, but late start's better than no start. All right, very easy transition. I should be able to get this locked in here. Waterproof case. Put my wallet in here with my batteries. This is going to go into my cockpit. These can go back here. Already waterproof. Extra bottle of water can go there. And even the electronics. I'm not going to take either piece of rain gear. I'm gonna throw my stove and my food up in the front hatch. And there we go. Don't need any more bags. Put my saw and bilge pump and glasses in there. All right, Ange, we're ready to roll. Go find a bridge. Okay, so parked at the driveway at this bridge. The guy that came up from this house said that we could use his property to access the river, which is really cool. So we're just gonna walk down a little ways, and it's gonna be a little bit easier than putting in here. Hey, thanks, boss.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Ouch! Got a pricker in the back of the leg already. I can get over here. I can bring the boat back to me a little bit. Woohoo! Another pricker in the thigh. Ouch! Dang, that hurt. All right. All right, come here, baby. Much easier than I thought. I was expecting a real tough mess here. All right, love you, babe. Grab my footrests here. All right, in the current. Bye, love. All right, Huron River. Still in Plymouth. Guy was nice enough to let me use his yard to access the river. Really small, but a lot less violent. Probably 18 inches down from what it was yesterday. Still moving pretty good though. And as I see these branches that I have to go through, I wish that I would have remembered to put some kind of flotation device on this camera on my head. Because if it gets ripped off, it's gonna sink to the bottom of the river to be gone forever. So, oh boy, there is a lot going on here already. Above all, I just want to stay safe, which means staying away from all of these sweepers, especially on this narrow of a stretch. And I would not be lying to tell you that I'm extremely nervous. Never been on this river. There's no CFS rating for this, which reminds me, I never turned the Rowdy app on. Let me try to get in this slow water over here and turn it on. There we go. Because looks like we're moving pretty good down there. Get over here, up against the bank. Find my phone. Away we go. Be interesting to see what the mile per hour flow is as we go along. Like I said, the most important thing that I'm worried about is far from any kind of mileage I might be able to do, but obviously just to be safe. So it begins. There isn't a put in, I don't think, for many miles from here. I think the last 15 miles of this river are the actual water trail. And I think I'm starting about 57 miles below Lake Erie, so nothing but bridges for quite a long time. First log jam instantly. All right, the good thing about it though is that it is blocked pretty good, which means that the water is relatively low or relatively slow. So what I'm gonna do is come up alongside and get onto this log, walk across this mess. And I mean, yeah, it is not, man, that froth is nasty. Not ideal to be going solo. And I know people always give me flack about that. I don't even want to touch this stuff. I'm like, just get off my boat. But what are you gonna do? Not a whole lot of people want to be in this same situation. Kind of just making our way across safely. Safely. Keyword. Definitely got to watch the footing. I would have stunk to straddle a log on each side. Yeah, the pack raft would have been so much easier, but this is the choice I made. Will I regret it? I don't know. Maybe. All right. Let me get the boat over here. I think I need to go up over that. There we go. That's better. I might be able to make this work. Whee! If I can get my knee right here. There we go. Yeah. Crawl back out here. Whee! Little balancing act. Put my paddle over there on the bank to give me a little leverage, a little stability. All right. Now, I just gotta get over this stuff. And that's why the bottom of my kayak is so thin in so many spots. All right. Yay. I love this setting though so far. I mean, it's beautiful. Just a tree canopy right along the bank. Everything's filled in. Beautiful piece of water so far. Deer running along the bank over there. Startled it. That's exactly what I want to see. So you always got to keep your eyes far ahead. I can already see there's a bunch of foam right there at this bend. So I know before I even come around the bend that there's a log jam there. Fortunately, like I was saying, the water's a little slow. Gives me a chance to react. Where am I going to go with this one? Look, I think I can shoot that little gap right under that tree right there. No. There's a branch right in front of it. I'm going to have to go across this current and get over here. There we go. I could just come up and over this one. All right, I can actually stand on this gravel bar right here. There's that deer again back there. Wow, it's a beautiful stretch. Probably going to be saying that a lot, but as long as it's true, I'll keep voicing it. So this is what wisdom has taught me. Instead of trying to run through there, I'm going to go up on that bank on the other side and just drag the kayak down through there. It just looks like too much of an entanglement. But of course, the more I look at it, the less intimidating it seems. Probably shoot that gap right between those set of trees. Yeah, but I got that spiked stick sticking out right there. Yeah, I think I go to the bank. Wisdom wins out. I just got to make it across the current, or I get swept down there anyways. Let's see what happens. I got a stick in my... There we go. I need to get over here, but also I need to get sideways. So this seemed like the easiest way. Come on, give me a hold. A little bit more. There you go, thank you. Yeah, much better. Okay. Oh man, some slick mud right there. Whee! Alright, oh man, this silt is horrible. Oh, so slick. Wow. Come on, kiddo. Hope that camera's even looking at the right place. Get home and there's only a bunch of film of the sky. This is interesting here. Huh, I don't know if I can put in right here. I think I'm gonna have to go down a little further. Trying to put into this right here. Might watch my kayak just float down the river without me in it. So, always err on the side of caution. Yeah, you can see where that water come up here. It just ran right over top of all of this stuff here. That's how high it was yesterday morning. All right, much better spot to get back in right here. I hope that's not another log jam right there. It very well might be, though. There could be a lot of this going on. Oh. We shall see. And yet another one, possibly. How far have I gone? I mean, it's been like, I think that's my 4th log jam in less than a mile. Oh no, it goes around it. Good. Really wasn't interested to jump in another one. Ooh, a little tight little point though. I got to hit that pretty well. Whoa, not going sideways though. This is how high that water was yesterday. As you could see, I mean, that's got to be probably 2 foot. Two foot higher. That's why I wanted no part of this yesterday, man. I would have been tore up from the floor up. Listen up ahead. Can you hear that? Sounds like some violent water. I think it's that massive log jam up there. Alright, so let me get sideways on this log again. Get up and over this one, and then plan my strategy for that huge log jam down there. All right. Now, the tricky part. It's tricky to ruck around. It's right on time. It's tricky. All right. Now, what's up with this mess? We shall see. Sounds nasty. I think the nasty part is further down though. Farther down, further down. Oh, it's right in the center of it. Everything gets jammed up right there. So let's just bypass this whole thing. Just pulled up on here where the water had been before. That whole jam, log jam back there, I'm just gonna completely jump around. Jump around, jump around. Been doing a lot of that this morning. So threw the other battery back into the Personal's junk box so I don't confuse it with the other ones. And I'm gonna drag through this mess up here and see what this looks like on the other side of the jam. You can hear it though, violent, angry. All right, actually good thing that log jam was there, because if I come flying around there, it's gonna be a real quick limbo to try to get underneath that log, lay down quick enough before doesn't take the top of my head off or something. All right, back in, away we go. It did just say current speed at 2.6. Now it's not giving me a speed, but only a mile and 1.10 miles in a half hour with 4 log jams. I don't know why the current speed, there we go, 2.1 right now. Put the nose where you want it to go. All right, stop next to a log, just a quick up and over. Still haven't made it to 224 yet. It's gonna be a long day now. Yeah, I don't want to get into all that. I think I'll just come over here, find myself a way up and over. It is getting old though. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else though. Hey little frog, how are you? Isn't that crazy? Dude just sat right there. He's like, hey man, what are you doing? I'm gonna get a picture of you. I'll name you Fred. Want to be on YouTube? Fred the Frog. Good meeting you, Fred. I gotta get up over this log jam though. Bye-bye. All right, how deep are we? Right here. Oh boy, 4 foot or so. This is gonna be tricky. Even more so because I can't just step out. And I don't have a log to go up and over. Do I? Can I go up and over this? Decisions. I wonder if I could belly roll onto this log. Come on. Yeah, there we go. All right. At least I don't have to worry about my boat going down the river. It's pinned right here. All right, so. All right. Oh, yeah. I guess I'm just gonna walk through here, pull this up, go over there. Man, it's gonna be a long day. Very long day. I don't even want to walk through all that crap. But that's what I gotta do. Do what you gotta do. I think that's do what you wanna do. What I wanna do is not snap an ankle and get my boat on the other side of this log jam. They always say, don't try this at home, kids. Well, this isn't at home. I will say, don't try this solo. Well, I can't really say that because then I'd be a hypocrite, wouldn't I? Because here I am doing it. I will say, be safe and know your limitations. Woo. That's my advice. I will not tell you not to pursue adventure, but I will tell you to do it wisely. All right, come on. Let's go for a walk. We'll walk through the woods.
I think this video is going to be more of portaging log jams 101 than it is actually floating. Now, what's going on here? All right. Whew. This is kind of tricky. I'm going to go down a little bit further because I'm putting in right here. If I can't get perfectly straight head on with that, if I'm coming in at an angle, that's probably going to roll me over, wash me down the river. So I will take the better, safer path and just go up here and around this little piece. Let's do this. Got through the woods, come down under this tree here. Whoo, woo, slick mud. Come on, girl. Let's go. Snag my bilge pump. All right, get back in this thing and get on down the river. All my stuff is getting moved around. Gotta make sure I don't lose any of those extension poles for my spare paddle. Unlike my other paddles, that multi-part paddle was not cheap. I gotta get away from all that stuff over there. I don't want to get pulled into that. All right, cool. Shoot that gap over that very far left. You can see right here, that grass is growing up. This water is so much higher than it was at its normal level, because I actually scraped the bottom when I went through that back there with the grasses. That's why I was gonna have to do this in the pack raft, because it would have entailed a lot of walking. It would have been easier to jump the log jams with the pack raft, but I wouldn't be able to make the same amount of time that I can with this raft, craft, kayak. To each their own, potato, potato. We got a whole bunch of ugly right here. That water's choked down. It's too fast to try to get up against the side of the log. I'm gonna have to get up here and just walk around. Get around it. Yeah, so this is what that looks like on the other side. Just a hot and tangled mess right there. Wouldn't want to get shoved into any of those branches. That'd have been a bad place to be. Oh, another log jam right there. Hey, there's that bridge. So this first bridge is actually Skinner Road. I think the next one might be 224. Not sure. But water's moving good, but it's just so many log jams. It takes so much time to get up and around them. Can you see it up there? Bald eagle nest. Yippers. Right here, the banks of the Huron River. What is this, the West Fork? I don't know if it's west or east. Okay, where'd you go? Do I have to back paddle a little bit? Yeah, I think I came too far forward. I want to get a picture of that. There you are. All right. people know it's there. Look at that thing. Oh my gosh. It's beautiful. It's got to be 6 foot from top to bottom. More than 6 foot around. Oh wow. Yeah. I guess they know it's here. Yeah. ATV's right through here. I don't know what the heck is going on here. I don't want any part of that little chute though. Let me get over here, see what's going on. Not what I wanted to do. All right. And get over here. Wow, yeah. Okay. I like that better. All right. Get out of this tree right here. That'd be good. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna go around that, but when I went to go to bank, my nose dug in the bank, and then the current kicked my rear end around, turned me backwards, so I was able to get forward again. But then the chute didn't look all that bad, so I just hit it. Never a dull moment so far. River goes through different periods of widening out and then choking down. Just jumped some more deer back a little ways. Is that a beautiful setting or what? That's why I love rivers like this. I mean, yeah, you can hear a little plane off in the distance. It's not like you're not going to hear civilization, but if you're just looking right here, I mean, there's nothing but. So this looks like it was actually built to not create the hydraulic underneath. But if you look in the center here, you can see how that water is coming back towards that dam. So, I don't know. I wouldn't get anywhere near it. Might look fun, but could cost you your life. So I'm gonna go down here, put in right down here, move on down the river. This is somebody's land right here next to the dam. Hey, hi butterfly. Good to see you. And keep moving down. See, here's another one of those situations. I can hear that water here. I can't see around that bend right there. Once I commit to that water flow, whatever's up ahead, that's what I'm coming into, sight unseen. So what I'm going to do instead is grab a hold of one of these roots, stop myself, come up here, and then leave the boat right here. If I want to, I can come back and run that just for fun, but I'm not in danger because I know what's coming. So let me get up out of here. Let me see if I can't just do a side roll out of here. There we go. All right, safe and sound. I got a little water back in that cockpit. All right, yeah, it's cool. I can run that. Just got to make sure I don't get caught up in the sweep, get pushed against that. You know what though, why even bother? I can put in right here, safe and sound. Keep going, that's what I'm gonna do. Being solo is a whole lot different than being with someone else. You are the only person you can rely on. It only takes one bad decision if you don't have any help. All right, so I'm gonna put back in and just saw my first blue heron. Probably not doing a whole lot of fishing today in these dirty waters. Oh boy, come on, I do not want to get swept over there. All right, gotta pay attention. So all of this just came down. All the leaves are still green. What I'm gonna do is, I'm over here out of the current for the most part. Just jump on this log piece right here, pull the kayak over and get back into it. I just have to make sure that current doesn't take my boat before I get back into it. I did bring the saw this time in case I need it. This current is so strong. I'm not going to be able to pop up in here like I usually do. I might have to let this go and get up here on higher ground before I can get back in there. Believe me, I would much rather just be paddling the river without any of these obstacles. But yet another bridge. I'm up above the reservoir now quite a ways. Well, at least quite a ways by kayak. Probably not by car. Another blue heron right there, flying down the river. He was sitting over there by this cluster of logs piled against the tree right there. The distance has started to get better with the lack of log jams, so got a decent shot of getting a good chunk of miles in with this today. And then tomorrow I'll get a start maybe at 7 instead of a quarter after 9 or whenever I started this morning. Very late start. Still don't know. I don't think I'll be able to reach the lake tomorrow. But who knows? Doesn't matter. Today, get as many as I can. Tomorrow, do the same. And if I need to, come back and finish it on a different day. Some angry water up ahead. I think I might go through this grass directly in front of me. Put eyes on it. Get back in. Just once I round that bend, I don't think I'll have that opportunity. Wow. Little rock pile right there. That's where the river jumped its banks. It's just working its way back in there. All right, let me get up here and into these weeds. Huh. Oh boy, oh no. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I still got a chance though. Get back over here. Okay, crisis averted. Just get a little too cocky. Should have got out earlier, but good thing about it is the water's dead over here in this area. So I should be able to just step right out of my boat and throw it over this tree, which is interesting. Somebody actually started. Ooh, that side's a little deeper. Maybe I'll go back this way. Yeah, this is very shallow here. Good. Somebody started cutting it up, which is interesting. I mean, I wonder why someone would bother. Sun's coming out, warming up. Tomorrow is supposed to be a lot warmer than today, which I would rather have the cooler temperature. I mean, nothing where I have to worry about hypothermia in the mid-50s or anything, you know, and then raining and temperature dropping. But some overcast with 65. That's my kind of weather. Water's been moving pretty good. Ooh, man, there's a big old rock. That's the problem. You know there's rocks under here, but you can't really see them until you're on them and you hear them. Poor kayak. Takes a beating. I tell you what though, I love this craft. Perception Conduit 13. I could just about stand up and paddle with the SUP paddle on flat water in this thing. It's so stable. Very easy to get in and out of when you're jumping log jams, or even just getting into the river or getting into the boat on the side of a river when you don't have a kayak launch or anything like that. Yeah, I am going to. This is just a big island right here, like you could see the river back on that other side. I chose this path because it was easy to see around the bend. But, oh, that came up on me quick. A little bit more force than I thought it had. So I'm just gonna jump this log right here. Yeah, if I would have taken that other side, it's right on the other side of that rock bed. Water would just be flowing right past through there. I'll reconnect with it down that ways a bit. Ooh, I did not see that drop right there. That's no bueno. That's a drag. Let me see what I can do here. Oof. Yeah, it's no good. All right, I do have a log here I can stand on. Whee! Moving a little bit under my feet, but I think I can carry it out here. Where is it at? I can feel it under here. There we go. All right, right here is back on rock bed, so I got good footing. Man, that was a rough one. Took it for granted. It surprised me a little bit. All right, shove off. Looks like it chokes down quite a bit for a while until it joins with the river on the other side of this island, and then it'll spread out again, calm down. Oh boy, lots of rocks. Yeah, I can see one right there. Yeah, I missed it. Good. Oh boy, one right here I'm not gonna miss. Oh, I guess I did. Good. Yeah, after I get out under these trees, both sides of the island join back together. Straight ahead of me, man. Look at that huge boulder right there. Ready to smash right into. Definitely want to stay away from that one. That would hurt. Whee! All right. Who knows? Maybe this side would have been the better choice, but I'd rather not roll the dice and take the path I can see. Came back together on the other side of that island. It's got some pretty good flow to it right now. I'm actually doing my hybrid seating right now with my knees, my legs folded under me, sitting a little higher, a bit more power in the stroke just to change things up a little bit. Should probably be sitting down so I don't go for a swim, but the water was a little too turbulent to try to make that transition from the big old rock there. All right. I really should take a look and see where I'm even at. It's probably my 4th or 5th bridge today. I have no idea what city I would actually be in right now. Oh, I got a log right there. I did not even see that. I hope I can jump it. Come on now, get over it. Yes. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh boy. That was almost no bueno. I gotta get around this tree so I don't end up in it. Whew. Tell you what, man, a lot of this has been a fun ride. I had to put up with a lot of log jams. First 5 miles or so. 5, 6, I don't know. 7 maybe? I don't know. Didn't really pay attention. I don't even know how many miles into it I am right now. I just pulled out of the current a little bit. Pulled the boat up. Grabbed the extra water out of the back. Refilled my water bottle. Checked the Rowdy app. 11 miles on the dot. 3 hours 49 minutes. So the pace is increased pretty good. Average pace now is 2.9, which should keep getting better as long as I don't run into log jams. It's actually 12:43, so it's past lunchtime. I think I'm just gonna keep eating some bars and maybe stop down the road a while. See if I find a nice place to actually boil some water and make a meal. 2.9, yeah, 11. So let me get another mile in. Bring that up to a 3 mile an hour pace before the... There it is. See the turtle that just went in there out sunbathing? I got you this time, buddy. I saw you. Sorry I bothered you. Awesome. My kingfisher. Hi, buds. Awesome. So the river has widened out. Ah, there's more turtles. But I mean, the river now, it's just as deep as my paddle. It's probably 5 foot deep. So the my free current is pretty much gone down to probably a 1 mile per hour flow. So that means I'm gonna have to put a lot more shoulder work into things. But it'll pick up again here and there when it chokes down, especially around islands, like right up here. Flowing around that side over there. I'll take this side. You can see how low it usually is, though. I mean, there's a patch of grass right there. Take the good with the bad. Huh, this is all the way across. This has been here a long time. Looks like a lot of stuff piled up over on the other side of it too. Probably got washed over in the really high winds. I want to get turned around because I don't like to get out of the boat on the right side. Much rather do the left side. Ka-ching! And in slightly different conditions, it's like really troublesome. I was pinched against a log jam on Killbuck Creek with really strong waters, and it actually turned my kayak up on its side, opened the cockpit to the water coming in, filled the cockpit, blew out my bulkheads. It was a very scary situation. Oh wow, so that was the log that just broke free downriver. I watched it break free from the bank, and I said, what are the odds of like paddling by when that just breaks free? So that log just came, hit my kayak, went under my kayak and under this tree. And that's the problem with being in a situation like this, is if the water's strong and you don't handle it right, you're going under the tree along with your boat. And if there's any branches under the tree, with this one there wasn't, because that log was able to wash right through it, so you would have had a second chance. But if there would have been other logs underneath there, then there would have been no way. You'd have just been trapped there. Definitely have to be aware of the situation. Nice setup here. I have a smaller log on this side. It was a good stretch to actually get up on top of this log because it's so much higher than the kayak. Hopefully I can get in a couple miles before I have to do that again. Man, I tell you, like through the city of Willard, if they would put a launch in and a takeout somewhere up higher, so many people would be able to enjoy this river. But then again, I guess I don't know exactly where the levels are, if it's even able to be paddled if there isn't rains. And it very well might be that it's one of those rivers where I call a rain river. You're not going to paddle it unless you got some rain. And that's when all the water is murky and brown. You can't really see the turtles in there or the fish or anything like that. Heard a woodpecker pecking away back there. Sounded like a large one. Good solid thuds. And there you go. Well, here's another one. Wasn't too far from the one that I just jumped over right back there. at that bend, but much smaller trees, so much easier jump. You could see my hatches. There's water in there. That's because the perception covers that go on these kayaks, they lose their tension around the sides, around the ovals. So whenever water splashes up there, sometimes it splashes under it and comes in. And it very well could be with all the bouncing around and smashing around I do, the bulkhead there has sprung a leak also. But the reason I'm saying that is these cases that I keep all my gear in, they're waterproof. But if you get one off the shelf, I've had several that weren't waterproof. I've put tissue paper in them and have submerged them in the dog pool to test them before I ever put anything valuable in it and put it in the kayak. So just a bit of advice, don't learn that the hard way and assume that because they say they're waterproof, they come off the shelf, that they actually are. So much for my hopes of getting a long distance without log jam. Man, I'm in real low water right now. I should just get out and, yeah, walk it instead of paddling. Just a bunch of muck. Whee! Of course, down to a 2.5 foot drop. So I checked with Ange. She is not coming out to bring a another set of GoPro batteries or my charging block for my phone. So what I might have to do is just turn the tracking app off and hopefully the phone has enough charge to keep the app going so that she doesn't get upset. Because I would still like to do. Come on, man, it's tough. The current is fighting the back of this boat. There we go. Whew. So I gotta put in here, get over to the right quick, shoot that second gap. I got some flow again too, so that's good news. Let's do it. I gotta get over further. Oh man, this is not a good spot. Didn't want to be that far up on that log. Come on, get around this pile. All right, it's a real peaceful stretch through here. Water slowed down a lot, and overcast came back. Have to check the weather forecast. I don't know if there's rain moving in or not. Very easily could have changed the forecast. Now, that's an odd thing back there. Like a 20-foot tall steel wall. Huh, looks like it was blocking some kind of culvert and all kinds of stuff going on back there. Coming up to a road. It's the situations like this that are tough to try to get out Banks are really steep right there. That chokes down into an absolute stop. So I didn't want to get washed up into that. This debris pile is pretty enormous. Pretty enormous, or I guess that's double redundancy. Is that redundancy also? Yeah, I gotta try to find a way through all this mess and not break an ankle. Oh, here's the rain. Huh. And you know what? I took my raincoat out this morning, I believe. Still got my fleece though. Temperatures aren't that bad. Should be okay. All right. What a mess. This one is probably the most entangled one that I've gone through so far today. Whee! All right, step one, get boat down. Into water again. Whee! Oh boy. Almost lost it that quick. At least it would have been contained right here. Nowhere for it to go, really. But oh my gosh, that would have been a nightmare. You walk out onto here. So, I gotta find a way to get through this stuff. I need my nose back over there more. Come on. There we go. That's better. Getting there. Now, I cannot move this branch. All right. How about I just come up over here? Lock it back in. Get on the other side of it. There we go. Now, I should be able to scoot over here. Drop back in here and move on down the river. A little scooting required. Get my paddle. Huh. Whee! Raining pretty good. Tell you what, there's not a whole lot more peaceful than the sound of rain hitting the leaves. Beautiful. River food, that's what I call it. Aha! I just saw a turtle come off the bank right there into the water. I thought I could squeak through this side over here where this tree fell over, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. But I was looking, and there's some wild onions right here. Bank gave way. Fell down. Yeah, they are. All right. Take what you can get, I guess. No, you know what? I'm not going to, because if I get heartburn. Sometimes I do, from onions and exertion together. I wonder if I could slide under this. Huh. Oh, I don't know. I think I'm gonna cut the branches out of the way and give it a try though. All right, sawing is done. Little brush with stinging nettle. That was fun. Now I'm going to lay down, do the limbo, and attempt to get under this thing. With the current trying to push me through here. All right. What a nightmare, huh? So, let me get this out of my way, hopefully. Come on, dude. Hate stinging nettle. Prick her right into the palm. All right, can we get on down the river now? So frustrating. Make a good pace for quite a while, and then all it takes is one collection of wood to stop your progress. This type is the worst. It's just, you know, 1,000 pounds of junk. It's not like you can jump over a single tree or something. So, I'm going to go up and around, back in right there. Making good miles though still, even despite these inconveniences. I have to ignore the trash. I can't pick it up right now. Wish I could. Well, this is it from the other side. There's actually a channel around right here where I came up and out, where the water flows back into the river here during a flooding situation. It's starting to get a little tiring. 6 hours into it or whatever. Oh my gosh. So I just finished recording that, and then I'm standing right here, right? Like 6 inches of water. So I go out a little bit further and figured I would get into the kayak there. Well, that's like up to my chest in a heartbeat. And the water isn't bath warm, bath temperature. Still got a little chill to it, so it was a interesting little shock. But I think I'll get into my boat right here and then slide into the deep water. Gotta pay attention. This started back there, jumped over that log, floated on top of the kayak down here, and then kind of pulled while halfway on the kayak through all this stuff. I'm gonna put it in here and then get around that bend. Looks clear down there. I just got to make sure I get around these trees and don't get rolled up onto them trying to shoot that gap there. This section back here, I don't know, maybe because of all the twists and turns or whatever, but there's been quite a few jams concentrated pretty good close together. Well, that's pretty sweet. It's a walk across bridge. Very clever. Must have property on both sides and wants a convenient way to get to a better hunting place or something. Pretty cool. Yeah, you can see, drive down through there. Wow, and here's a beautiful corridor. Love it when the trees hang over the river, provide shade for you. It's like a green tunnel. Of course, it also sometimes creates a lot of log jams when they fall in the river, but I guess you can't have one without the other. All right, so it is 20 to 4, and the distance is 20.4. I thought that was kind of funny. Current pace 3 miles an hour, and total time 6:47. I have to find out where in the world I might have a bridge at. Oh boy, if I go past this next bridge, I'm into it thick for a while till Snyder Road. When I get tired is when this gets tricky. Not too bad. So I'm looking at it. I think I'm going to take out at Snyder Road Bridge.
Okay.
I think that's the next one from where I'm at right now.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that's going to take me about 2 hours. But I have no way of telling. I mean, depends on how the water's flowing and how many log jams I got to get around.
Right.
So get through this last stretch and then get something to eat. I never did stop and make those meals. So I think what I'll do tomorrow is just make my oatmeal concoction and boil it right before I leave, and then eat that way halfway through the paddle or something. I've had bars, but I haven't made a full meal. So nice to be paddling for a good period of time with no log jams to jump over. Just listen to the birds, watch the turtles dropping in off the bank. Heron, orioles. Orioles are such beautiful birds. They're so bright. The orange on them is, it's pretty. Yeah, winding down, coming to an end for the day. But I have tomorrow's paddle to look forward to. And I think with the mileage that I put in today, should be somewhere, oh, I know, in the 20s. Because a half hour ago it was at 20.4 miles per hour. I think it gives me a good shot to actually hit Lake Erie tomorrow, which will be cool. And then it's going back to where I started and putting the pack raft on the bicycle and pedaling down to the bridge that I'm going to put in for the Black Fork of the Mohican River. Unless I do the Vermilion River first, because I couldn't decide whether I wanted to do this Huron River or the Vermilion River as the northbound portion of that connection to the Mohican River. So I actually might go over and do the Vermilion River before I head south and make that connection. Maybe I'll do a portage from both the Vermilion and this Huron River over to my start point. Then that way there's plenty of options. It's an odd hobby, but I just love the possibility of all the connections. The rivers used to be the highways of long ago. I still feel that desire to use them as such, to get from the top of the state down to the bottom of the state. Hi there, buddy. That was awesome. He's just standing there checking me out. He's like, pretty sure I'm supposed to be afraid of you. So that bridge right back there was actually Snyder Road. And I got there in like 30 minutes with paddling, doing like 5 miles an hour, and I haven't hit a log jam. So that's what is so difficult to guess an evac. I've got 2 more bridges up here though that are possible. I told Ange just to head this way and look me up on Life 360. If I get to Peru Road West, I think it is, before she does, will be the second bridge that I'll come to. Then I'm just gonna stop there and wait for her, because the next one is a bit of ways, and I don't like her having to wait for me. She does so much dropping me off and picking me up again. I like to make sure that I'm there and ready to just put the boat into the van, truck, whatever, and especially when we're just doing road drops at bridges. But the water is moving good. It's a refreshing way to finish. Man, it's just a shame there's no drops into this river. I mean, the last good section of stretch of miles that I've done, it's just been beautiful. And the water is plenty deep, I think, even when it settles back down. Then again, I could be wrong. It's only like 2 foot deep right now. So once all this water runs out of here, maybe it's not a good paddling place, but it's been pretty amazing for me at this water level. And of course, there's no water gauges to tell you what this level actually is. But then again, I mean, I don't know if they consider this a navigable waterway or not. There's no put-ins for it, I know that. Now tell me that isn't a pretty picture. Sound of water and birds and nothing else. I wonder if that's another piece of water coming in there, or if that's just going around. It's just going around that island, I think. So here's a dam that either failed or yeah, I bet you it's just, it failed right there. It's got a little slant on it, you can see, but I mean, you can see the bottom of that just circulating. If I would have hit that very far path, probably could have went through there, but if I rolled right there, then I come back into that wash. So kayak's right over here. I'm just gonna bring it up, around, put back in here. But I knew this, I knew it as soon as I heard the sound. Just a uniform sound of water. Not going over a bunch of different size rocks or anything, going over the same obstacle. That was a mama bear of a portage. I had to come down further because right here, on the other side of that dam, there was another collection of logs right here that there was no way to get around. So I just came down further. But now I got to try to get my boat down this 7 or 8 foot difference in terrain, which is always interesting. But the good thing about it is they go downhill a whole lot easier than they go uphill. I just got to make sure I can keep a hold of it so that I don't lose it. Oh no, there goes the pedal. Crap. Here goes my boat. All right, try to catch my paddle. Come on, try to catch my paddle. I'm gonna lose my paddle. Darn it. Come on, give me here. Come here. Gotcha. Whee! Now, get back in the boat. Get down the river. Oh my gosh. I wonder if the camera is still on. Yeah, I think I had it on. That'll be interesting to watch. Don't know if I'll actually put it in the video. Not a collection of my best moments, but that was interesting, to say the least. And this is my stop. I just have to try to find a way to get over and a nice spot to get out of this current, to get up there to the road. Whoa, you see that deer? Just came up that hill, jumped the road. All right, so I gotta make sure that I don't get out into the main flow of water, because I won't be able to back paddle against that. I've got to, oh, right here. I'll get out right here and go right up that path to the road. That's the bridge. I think it's like, what, Heddle Road or something like that. That other one, Peru, was back a ways. I got there too quick, so I just picked a different bridge. Yeah, Heddle Road, it looks like. H-E-T-T-L-E. Hetzel. 26.3 miles, 3.2 miles per hour is my average speed over the whole duration, which was pretty stinking good with all the log jams jumping I did. Total hour, total time 8:15. All right, so I'm gonna drag on up there, up to the road. Oh man, dude. Oh. Whew. Tell you what, that was a mama bear. That was a mama bear. What a mother bear. Oh man, you got no idea. No idea. Using MSR stove because my jet boil, I didn't have the small fuel canisters for it, and didn't realize that until it was too late to get them. So hopefully I got enough water for coffee and chicken and dumplings, and I am enjoying a hot cup of coffee with a belly full of chicken and dumplings by the time Angie gets here. We shall see. I think she's about a half hour or so away. So it's going to be interesting to see how well the water is flowing tomorrow. It's flowing really good right here, right now. And I'm going to take a picture of it to see where the water levels are when I come back in the morning, just out of curiosity. Well, just put back in at the same bridge that I took out at yesterday. Water's a little bit lower. I think I've got about 7 miles or so until I get to the next Lowhead Dam up in Monroeville. And didn't get quite as early of a start as I wanted to, earlier than yesterday though. And I think I'm gonna try to make the push to the lake, see if I can't get it done today. Right on the other side of the Lowhead Dam in Monroeville is an actual boat launch. So usually that's an indication that the water is pretty good for paddling. If you can get a boat through it. Or if you can't get a boat through it, there's not going to be a boat launch there. 9 out of 10 times. Hopefully I don't have anywhere near the hold up with all the log jams today. I can make a good time, good moving water. Yeah, that just came in. Leaves are still green. river is different every single day. You go down it one day, come back the next day, and there's all kinds of obstacles and stuff that weren't there the day before. Huh. First bridge. Oh, is that my homegirl up there? Look at that. That's my Becky. I love that woman. She came down to a bridge. Hi, love. How are you? Good. Enjoying the river. Who was floating the ducks? Yeah, the geese. Yep. I love you, babe. I will. See you. Love you. Bye. This setting here reminds me a little bit of the Scioto. Seemed a whole lot more remote in person than looking at it on the map. Civilization isn't too far away, but right here it seems miles away. Setting is just so picturesque. Really interested to see what water levels are like normally. Because this is a beautiful stretch to do. I couldn't see if that was an eagle or not that just came out of that tree. I've had beautiful water since I put in. I'm gonna check Rowdy and see where I'm at. Not physically, but distance wise. 2.98 miles in 35 minutes. That's so funny. 3 miles in a half hour. Yesterday, it probably took me 2 hours to get that 3 miles with all the log jams. Have not hit one yet though this morning, so it's been a beautiful stretch of water. I hope it keeps this way all the way to Monroeville till I jump that dam. And even as this river goes through, it seems like it still has woods, nice riparian zone on each bank instead of yeah, it's a hawk, I can hear it. Yeah, it's a hawk. Still has trees, it seems, that hug the river all the way up into Milan, so hopefully that's the case. Yeah, that's him up there, a red tail. It's been some good runs of rapids last half mile or so. Got quite a bit of water in my cockpit, and more coming in as I speak. Must be a lot of rocks underneath here, churning up all that water. Woo! Try to spot the big ones, stay away from them, but every now and then you scrape the bottom because you just can't see them. No V's to follow in this or anything. I'm gonna have to bilge pump my cockpit because I just took on a good gallon of water there. Okay, I think I want to get over closer to the side because I want to see what's around this bend. Woo! That was all the way up in my face. All right, good, clear sailing. And the sun's poking out good, can dry me off. That last splash came all the way up into my face. Little bluffs coming in, rock bluffs. I think there's a lot of that on the Vermilion River also. There's a hawk right there. Pretty cool. River widened out quite a bit. Hit like a sharp right turn against a rock bluff and then slowed down and spread out. And I think Monroeville is a little bit more than 7 miles. I think I Google mapped it just straight points from where I put into the Lowhead Dam, and it said 5 miles, so I added a couple. But I guess I didn't add enough because I'm already 5 miles into it, and I looked and it seemed like Monroeville was still a little piece off. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly how many miles it is to Monroeville, because Monroeville to Milan, I'm guessing again, I don't know, hour and a half maybe. Haven't hit a log jam yet though, so loving that. I tell you what, at this water level, this has been a fun ride since I've put in. Nice current, no obstacles, beautiful scenery. You can't hear road traffic or anything, you know, until you come up by bridges and stuff, but just an absolutely beautiful setting. Heron taking off right there. So this is the dam, and this is a drag. There's just stone wall right there. There's no way I could get up on that side. I'm gonna have to try to come over this side, get up on the bank, and then walk ahead, see if I can find a path. I hate dams. I wish they'd just take them all out. Or is this just a water gauge? Oh, this is just a water gauge. Ha ha ha, awesome. Okay. Whee! Ah. Watch the rocks. Yeah, I thought over on the side I saw that straight line going across like a dam, but I'm happy to be mistaken. This sounds like the dam up ahead. Herring flying by. Can you hear that sound? Yeah, it sounds like a whole lot of water falling over an edge. I'm gonna go up to the right, see if I can find a portage. So this seemed like a good spot to stop, tie the kayak off, walk up ahead, and see what this portage looks like. easy enough path right here. Just a matter of how difficult it's going to be to get back down to the water on the other side of the dam. Oh boy, yeah, it's going to be very difficult. I'm going to have to come up higher. Okay. Wow. I'm actually gonna have to come back. Ooh, this looks like private property. Woo! Wow. Come over here. There I could go. I go right over there and back in. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe shoot across there. This is too sketchy here. Alright, so this is the dam at Monroeville. This is my path back down to the water. Very slow go. So this dam was 6.92 miles from where I put in. So pretty good guess. I didn't think it was going to come up on me this quick. 6.92. Monroeville's probably, or Milan's probably 7 to 10 from here. So we'll see how the water flows. Should be done with the log jams though. River's wide enough. Sun has broke through. Beautiful, warm, good moving water. No log jams. It's one heck of a way to spend a day now. Now, if I was just paddling to a campsite, that'd be the cherry on top. Some hamburgers and hot dogs. Ah, that'd be good. But not on this river, not on this day. But let's keep going, see if we can hit the lake. Heron taking off down river. Well, that's good. Little waterfall. Glad to see it wasn't a culvert. That's pretty. Man, it's a beautiful piece of water. It's just a shame that, well, there might have been a boat ramp, now that I think of it, in Monroeville. I thought I saw on the Paddleways app that there was an actual put in right there. It's a beautiful stretch. I'd be interested to see what it's like at normal height. I'd probably be shocked. I'm glad I chose this day though. This water level is perfect. Long stretch of bluffs right here. I'm staying away from the edge just because I'm afraid of that stuff falling down. I'm too close to it. You can see how it's carved in, so top stuff keeps falling down. It's a nice backdrop though to a piece of water. Lots of heron fishing through this stretch. Probably 4 or 5 of them I've seen just in the last 20 minutes or so. Must normally be pretty good fishing grounds. I mean, what a beautiful bank just to pull up on at the end of the day. Build a little fire. Cook some meat. Throw a steak right onto the hot coals of the fire or something. Sleep to the river lullaby. Be a nice thing to fall asleep to. I gotta get over to the left. There's a little bit of a hole right here to the right. Yeah, wouldn't have been bad. So the flow is just about gone. It's all shoulder work now. Pushing out to the lake. Got the lovely headwind that always greets me when I make my final last 10 miles or whatever to the lake, it seems like. I've had worse ones though. It's been a tale of two experiences for sure. Well, probably three, because yesterday was split into absolute stoppage with log jams at the very beginning of the route, and the second half of the day had nice good water, moving a lot quicker. Today, awesome rapids, zero log jams, and now I can feel that I'm getting into a more of a residential city, or a residential setting. You can hear more road noise in the distance and such, but still a nice paddle. I never really thought about the Huron Water Trail before, because I usually don't like rivers that flow north. I'd much rather flow south. But it's been a really good time. The only good thing about bridges, well, other than you know where you're at, but the swallows' nests. They're awesome. Not a whole lot of them here, but they're always cool to watch flying above the water, looking for insects. Let's see how many is on this side of the bridge. Looks like more on this side than there was on the other. There's absolutely no flow to the river now. Kind of disheartening. Oh, look, that's cool. Yeah, there's quite a few of them now. The alarm was sounded. So definitely a different setting now. You can hear the lawnmowers, you can see the backs of houses in between the trees here and there. And there is no flow to the water. Maybe a half mile an hour over by the edge. But other than that, all shoulder work. So I can tell that I'm definitely getting closer to the lake, just from the sound of civilization. And just as I say that, look up there. I wonder if that is one of the eagle's nests. You can see the circumference of it. For some reason it seems kind of small though. Wonder if they abandoned that. No, I guess it's just perspective. It is about 6 foot round. And I have seen them quite often, so Very well could be. This river is so spread out. It's almost like the Muskegum. Fortunately, though, it doesn't have houses on the banks. I was surprised that little blip that I saw of the houses that were there was the exception. It's still been green riparian zone. Trees and foliage right down to the bank for miles. Now here are the white birds. So I know I'm getting close to the lake. I usually don't see them anywhere else. I got almost 25 miles in for the day. It's 2 o'clock. Probably have another 6 miles, 6 or 7. Yeah, probably 7 with all the curves and switchbacks. But I should be able to finish it off today, which is comforting. The drag is that it's been all shoulder work for quite a long time, and it's going to be all shoulder work out to the lake, because obviously you can see there is no flow to this water. So I will just pull myself through it for the next 7 miles out to the lake. 2 different halves of the day, that's for sure. Usually that way though. You gotta take the good with the bad. And as soon as I rounded the bend, there it is, the first boat. So we're definitely in it now. Not sure exactly where this is but I guess you got a little marina there where you can slowly tool out to the lake. A lot of little campers and such. So that was a Huron boat ramp not too long ago with all the RVs and stuff in it. I am in a wake zone now. I'm out of the no wake zone, so hopefully I stay over the edge and everybody's pretty decent. So getting closer and closer towards the lake. Probably just a couple more miles. Take out on a beach on the right after I hit the lake. Angie's probably getting ready to leave about now. I figured I'm about an hour from the lake. She's probably an hour from home to that beach. Well, there's the last bridge before Lake Erie. A lot of people still got their boats shrink wrapped, haven't even opened them up yet for the season. I think I'm gonna smash me a cheeseburger after I finish this paddle. Celebratory cheeseburger. I might even keep the bun and the fries. I'll just work harder tomorrow. Well, I think I'd burn the calories off today. Well, there it is, Lake Erie. I'm gonna go up here and then hang a right, maybe jump over the breaker wall so I can get to that beach that's off to the right. And there it is, Lake Erie. 29.8 miles today, 7 hours, 21 minutes. I need to get on the other side of this breaker wall around to the beach for my takeout. So let's see what the waters look like heading that way. All right, so got around the breaker wall. That's the beach where Angie's gonna pick me up at. Don't know if I'm actually allowed to do this or not, so hopefully I don't get in too much trouble.